Hi everyone, I'm Selin Ertac, Director and Principal Consultant at Tangelo Advice Consulting. And Tangelo has been a really proud supporter of the Future 2 Foundation for some time now. So it gives me great pleasure to be chatting today to Penny and Fegan from yourtoolkit.com, who are the proud recipients of one of the Future 2 grants. Hi Penny, how are you?
I'm well, thanks, Selin. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So at Tangelo, we specialise in the financial services industry, as we truly believe in and understand how financial freedom and the right advice can empower Australians. And we were really proud for that very reason to be partnering with your toolkit, because you also focus on empowering and supporting people, I guess, facing domestic and family violence situations through a range of tools and resources on the website, including financial guidance. So firstly, congratulations on the incredible support services that your website does provide, and also congratulations on being the recipient of the grant.
Thank you. We're very grateful to be recipients of the grant, and for a small and growing not-for-profit, these grants make a huge impact for us and for ultimately the women that we support.
Absolutely. Can we maybe start off by you just explaining to us about the cause and who is yourtoolkit.com?
Sure. So yourtoolkit.com is a free web-based resource, and it's for those facing family and domestic abuse. And in addition to that, to people who are also supporting those people. The aim is that it provides a step-by-step guide for women wanting to change or leave their situation, and that is through information and resources, and that are all in one place. We all know there's heaps of information all over the internet, and our website is the one place that women can come and easily find, absorb and use the information that they find on yourtoolkit.com. It's written in a trauma-informed format, so it's easy to kind of access and understand and then implement if that's something that they choose to do. It's also interactive. We've recently launched a coercive control self-assessment tool where women can understand in a little bit more detail how they might be being impacted by coercive control if they are, and then find specific resources tailored to them if that's what they found. The other information on there, as you mentioned, some of it is around upskilling their financial literacy. We know that between 78 and 99% of women who are experiencing domestic abuse, within that, financial or economic abuse is included. So often women are coming from a very low start point. So a lot of the website is around providing resources to build their own financial resilience and independence, so that they don't feel that their only option is to go back to an abusive relationship, or in fact not leave in the first place. There's also information and resources around personal safety, legal information, whether that's child custody or family violence restraining orders. So it's really thought through and informed by victim survivors around what information is useful at all the different stages of their journey.
Absolutely, and there are some incredible resources in there. So I guess it is a one-too-many website. So what kind of, I guess, how many people are currently supported through the website? Do you have any statistics around that?
We do. We're really big on looking at our data analytics and using statistics to inform how we build the website, how we promote the website. And at the moment, we know that over 4,000 visits to the website are happening a week.
Wow. Incredible results.
Which is a significant number. We know that typically people are accessing it from a mobile device rather than a laptop or PC. It's intentionally designed, so it's web-based rather than an app, so people can access it from any device, from wherever they are. They can clear their browser history. They don't have to keep an app on their phone, and they can do it at a time that's safe for them to do so. We also know that last month we had 975 submissions of the coercive control self-assessment. So that was only launched in November. And that's obviously a really valuable resource for people to see and understand potential patterns of coercive control behaviours that they might be experiencing. And then the point of that assessment is that we then tailor resources to areas of concern that someone's identified through the assessment.
Absolutely. And yeah, that tool is quite powerful in the way in which a user can actually just navigate through them as well. I'm sure it makes a huge difference to a lot of people that are unfortunately going through this situation. And Penny, so as we've spoken about, I mean, I guess you don't necessarily track the individual impact, but can you give us any examples of, I guess, how your toolkit.com has had a significant or a material impact on someone's life?
Yes, I thought it'd be useful to share a couple of quotes from actual website users. As you mentioned, we never identify any information from users that are coming to the site, and we don't collect cookies or anything, so we can't sort of follow an individual story, but we do focus groups and have invited people to come and share feedback as to how they've used the website. So I will just share a couple of pieces from that. One user said, "I wish I'd found this website a long time ago. It let me get it all out, check the boxes." This is in reference to the self-assessment tool. "Gave me some real aha moments, validated my feelings. It backed up what my family, solicitor, friends, workplace, counsellor and GP had been telling me, that it wasn't okay what I was going through or what my children were going through. It was actually abuse. I couldn't see it. This website would have really helped. It needs more promotion. I intend to promote the link in my workplace." And I've included that little extra bit in case anyone listening wants to further promote the website, because the feedback often is, "It would have been so valuable if I'd known at the beginning." That's a common theme. There's one other sort of caption of a story which I'll also share, which was from a website user who'd said she couldn't afford a coach or a lawyer or some of the resources that the previous person had availed herself of. And she said she locked herself and her son in a safe, she called it her safe room, because it had a lock on the door. She was still living with her abuser. And at that time, late at night, she accessed the website through her laptop. And she says, "On the very first page, there is a to-do list. I am a list person. I'm very step by step. The day-to-day survival of living the abuse experience means it can take days or weeks to get the first thing on the list done, because I'm drained and exhausted. I don't have time to think about what I feel about the situation. I'm in it. I'm just doing it. I can't compartmentalize a lot. I have to. With your website, the 4 different phases means I know exactly where I need to be when I go back to it after several weeks. Your free resource is going to save my life and that of my child." And that's obviously really powerful
Absolutely incredible
statement. So there's some examples of how people have used it and the impact it has had.
And interestingly, Penny, I mean, one of the first quotes that you read was about maybe having access to this tool a lot earlier. It was interesting that I was actually speaking to one of my colleagues who actually supported their neighbour through something similar too. So she said, if I had access to these resources, or if they had access to these resources, things would have been so much easier, and not easier in the sense of what they were going through, but just having a centralised repository of all these information and the resources and tools.
Yeah, and it's very much designed so someone can walk alongside someone experiencing abuse and support them with the tools. So it's for people supporting other people as well.
Absolutely. Which I think is probably another important point to make. I mean, most of our listeners would be in the financial services industry. Some of our listeners are potentially financial advisors who may also identify vulnerable clients or clients that are kind of going through something similar. So I would encourage all of you to just jump onto the website and have a look, if not for yourselves, if not for someone that you know that might be going through it, but it could also benefit clients at the end of the day as well. So definitely worthwhile having a look at the incredible resources that are on there. Now, Penny, maybe to switch things up a little bit, can you tell us about maybe how you were nominated for the Future 2 grant?
Yes, so Tim Turner, a business development manager here in WA who works for Zurich Insurance, was and still is volunteering with us. We have a content integrity panel, which is a panel of experts who review the content of the website every 6 and 12 months to ensure that there's been no material changes and it's still accurate and appropriate information to be providing to people. And Tim has been volunteering to support our general reference to insurance on the website. So we've been working with Tim for a while now, and he brought the grant to my attention and suggested that he nominate our organisation, and then we worked together with Tim to submit an application. So we're very grateful to Tim for being a supporter for a while now, and also for supporting our nomination to the grant.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tim. And so, as I mentioned, and as you've mentioned as well, yourtoolkit.com is the grant recipient. So what kind of impact does that have on your organisation?
So as I said at the start, it's actually a huge impact. For a small and growing organisation, the grant really does make a significant difference to what we can deliver. So we're using the grant to build out some of the area of that particularly focuses on the website on financial resilience. Yes. And more specifically, we're creating a new back to work or kind of surviving work and FDV section, which has been flagged for us by our victim survivor advisory group as an area that would be of real value. So it will include many components to it. So things like how to create a CV, interview, advice and practice, but also how to navigate work whilst experiencing family and domestic abuse. So ways they could approach an employer, things to consider about disclosing or not disclosing, and then a whole section for employers and colleagues around how they can support someone they're worried about and how to make a sort of more accessible workplace for someone who's experiencing family and domestic abuse.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations again on winning that grant. Seems like it's going to come in very handy to continue the incredible work that you're all doing. I guess just on the section around the financial literacy and your push towards it, if we do have any listeners who are in the financial services segment that are looking at potentially supporting, how do they actually get involved?
Yep, so there's opportunities for volunteering with our organisation. It's quite specific volunteer projects. Given we're a web-based resource, we don't provide face-to-face services. It's all online, but we do have projects that need financial expertise and other areas of professional expertise. So if a potential volunteer goes to the website and goes to the Contact Us page, then there's a section there where they can put in details and connect with us that way. There's also opportunities if organisations want to connect with us and support us in kind or in donations. So through the contact form is the best way to get in touch.
Wonderful. Well, like I mentioned, I hope everyone just has a chance to have a look at the website in itself. But if there is anyone out there that is looking to volunteer as well, please, make the most of the opportunity and put yourselves forward. Penny, do you have any final comments?
I'd just really like to take the opportunity to thank Tangelo and the Future 2 Foundation for the grant. As I said, it makes a huge difference to us, and we're really pleased to be able to expand the website and provide a further resource to women facing family and domestic violence. I'd also like to reiterate your point, Selin, about encouraging people to just go and have a quick look so that they've got that as a resource up their sleeve for people in their lives, whether it's at home, at work or in the community. This impacts 1 in 4 women directly now, so it's likely that you do know someone.
Thank you so much, Penny, and again, congratulations and well done to you and I'm sure the entire team who are behind developing and maintaining and continually supporting through yourtoolkit.com. So thank you so much for making the time.